I would like to introduce our second speaker, Dr. Luca Germagnoli, Chief Medical Officer of BÜHLMANN in Italy and Chief of Castanedolo Laboratory. Please, Dr. Germagnoli.
Okay. Thank you very much to BÜHLMANN for the invitation. Thank you very much to you. You are not swimming, you are not eating, you are in this room to us. Thank you very much. I briefly explained my experience in Castanedolo Lab. My experience is how to survive to big and bigger numbers. This is SYLLAB Italy. SYLLAB Italy is a big network in a big European network because SYLLAB covers all Europe, beginning from Spain and Portugal, to go to Estonia, passing by France, Switzerland, Italy, Austria, and so on. Italy is the big private network in Italy. We have organized in 9 laboratories with one big laboratory in Castanedolo near Brescia in Lombardy, northern part of Italy, which is the big hub laboratory, and 8 spoke laboratory who actually do all simply routine test, and collect all the samples for specialized tests in Castanedolo. Approximately in the last years, during the last year, SYLLAB Italy did about 30 million of tests. Big tests, big numbers in Calprotectin, okay. Calprotectin, all Calprotectin testing are done in Castanedolo from all Italy region. The samples are go through Italy by van, quindi on the road. Mostly of them arrive in 20 hours, but some arrive during the first 24 hours of the day. Fecal Calprotectin is a rapidly increasing routine, almost doubled in the last 2 years. There is in the slide a very little projection about this hour, and we think to have a growth about 60% about in regard to 2 years ago. So many time on the ELISA, many time, and at the moment we decided to change our workflow to make possible to fight these big numbers. So we needed to increasing the workload, low reaction time to have a better reaction time, because the time to report, the time to signature, the report time was not always good. Our goal was reduction of TRT, keep analytical quality and not to go worst result, obviously, improve daily workshop, and probably not to have more people and not to spend most. The solution was to replace the previous manual ELISA method, implementing an automatic turbidimetric method on our big clinical chemistry instrument and in Castanedolo BÜHLMANN, and in improving the workflow, we decided to try the method from BÜHLMANN, because it seems suitable. We put the BÜHLMANN method on routine, and after we made a retrospective study to verify if we reached our goal, and we choose choose 2 observation period for the old ELISA from May to December of 2016, and that are the number, and for the Fecal, for the BÜHLMANN method, May to December, the next year, with the assumption that the routine doesn't change grossly, okay? The case mix remain mostly stable, and this is a real thing, because in larger private larger private laboratory, the customer from one year to the other remain very stable. And samples collected from any BCP. BCP is a blood collection point for all Italy, and all our medical doctor and private laboratory. We decided to include in the study all samples from Sicily, from Calabria, from Veneto, and so on. This is the first workflow, okay? The transportation is made by property person and property van. Check-in is usual check-in, automatic check-in. The extraction was Monday to Saturday, only morning, and every morning one power man separated about 150 and spent about 3 hours and 5 every 3 hours and a half every morning. Manual ELISA started at 2 p.m. mostly, 4 times a week, not Friday, not Saturday. Approximately the run on ELISA spent about 4.5 hours for 160 tests. One FTA dedicated to this project. With the BÜHLMANN, and the face is smiling, the transportation is the same, the extraction is the same. We reduced the time spent, not because we changed something relevant, but thanks to the lean project we started in the past. The analysis on AU, we in Castanedolo we have 4 AU every day working. One is dedicated for a part of the afternoon to urine samples and to stool samples. We can run from Monday to Saturday. We achieved 2 days of analytical run, and we measure approximately 160, 180 tests in 1 hour and a half with a turbidimetric method, without personnel, without FTA. And the big important thing is I can use, sorry for the bad term, the same people who is working around the biochemistry area, the serum area. This is some result. We have extracted two types of data. One, the median time to result, and the second set of result, the time to signature. In Italy, we are obliged to sign every report file. Okay. Now, obviously, in the past, when I was young, I put my signature on every paper I produced. Now the signature is electronic, but the concept is the same. Is a leg of time we spent before the result go to the medical doctor. And for ELISA method, to result, the median value was 74 approximately hours, and the third quartile it was about 100 more, a little more. And to signature, about 86 hours. With BÜHLMANN, we reduce a lot, okay, you can see, 29 hours to result, and 36 hours to signature. The signature is the same for both, because it responds to the same informatic mechanism. Some imaging were appears very clear this cut in our TRT time. This is another way to see the same. The first one up is the BÜHLMANN methods, and we concluded our work to result in about 100 hours. And for ELISA, we are above 200 of hours. So, which result? Daily analysis, okay, we achieved 2 days more. We can work from Monday to Saturday, not Sunday, because in Italy private laboratory on Sunday are closed. No loss in analytical quality. The methods obviously are different, okay, but we evaluated it, I evaluated it in my previous experience, in my previous work experience, and I had no differences in the clinical classification for patient. Improving involvement of high throughput analyzer with big number. The reduction on TRT, random access option for the late incoming samples. Every day, one sample come in 1 p.m. and the medical doctor wanted the result the same day, or some samples become urgent. The employment of no more people and not specialized people in ELISA method. Okay, at the beginning we had a great fear that the fecal material could damage all the instrument, the pipetting area, or the hydraulic component, or the cuvette, or everything is present in an instrument. And for this situation, we decided to do many additional washing cycles during the day. But this was like a Linus blanket, because we decided that at the moment that they were not necessary, and now we are not running them. The only thing we do is a sonication cycle at the end of the run. Okay, the run begin always in the same time, more or less at α+6. Okay, and before 8 p.m. the technician go for sonication. Okay, 10 minutes. Do the last washing cycle and close the instrument. No increase in maintenance intervention. Okay. No particular increase in work for the technician, because it's the same technician on the same machine for other samples. No more cost. We had a saving about 20% respect to the previous analytical method. L'outlook is to push again to the automation of the project and to use the device for automatic extraction for automatic extraction. Extraction can do in this matter during transportation, okay, and the device can be prepared by or the patient directly before he or she comes to the blood collection point, or by the personnel from blood collection point, but in Italy it's very difficult, and can be done by the laboratory personnel in the laboratory customer. So in this way we can avoid the extraction phase. Simply we receive the device, we centrifuge them, and we put on the instrument. And this type of project was running was running in Lombardy with blood collection point in Lombardy. I finished. Some questions if you want.
Thank you, Dr. Germagnoli. Are there any questions from the audience? Yes, please use the microphone.
Thank you for the presentation. I was wondering, how was the comparison between the ELISA method and the new method? Did that compare in results?
Yes, yes. I evaluated this method during my work, my previous work in Switzerland, because now I'm working in Switzerland, but I work in Switzerland. And I compared this method with an ELISA method, and the same ELISA method, and the results obviously are different, but on a large comparison pairs, I had only in about 100 of pairs, I had only 3 discrepancies in the correct classification patient.
Okay, thank you. Because do you know the differences between the methods? Is that because we always use the same cutoff levels, like 50 and 250? How do you think that is that possible with the use of the different methods?
No, it is possible, yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
I can just comment on this. If you are using BÜHLMANN ELISA, the methods are calibrated against each other. But if you use ELISA from other manufacturer, then you might see a difference. But if you use BÜHLMANN, then you should have the good correlation between results.
Thank you very much. Just a question around the stability of the sample once you've done the extraction. In one of your last slides, you put up a plan to extract at a peripheral location and ship it in for analysis. So how have you evaluated the stability after the extraction?
Yes, the extraction, the liquid form extraction, is stable about 60 hours. So if we are able to use the device, we can be confident that the extraction comes in Castanedolo and can be used safely.
Okay, there are no more questions, so thank you very much.